Good evening. This is the Park and Rec meeting scheduled for February 9th, 30 p.m. The meeting is being held in person and hybrid. Those present in the meeting for committee members are Jeannie Reed, Mike Shield, Dave DeLoria. John Wally is present via Zoom. And that's it.
I know I'm here.
Okay, and our meeting will begin. We will start with first with public comment, which we will open the floor to you guys.
We just need your name and address for the record too. Okay.
So I'm Zach Zastani. I live at Lane, and I'm part of Troop 338, and I'm starting to work on my Eagle project, which is the last of Lincoln Scouts.
Mm-hmm.
And so in order to do that, you have to do some big project that helps the community. And what I'm trying to do is to build butterfly gardens around the town. And a few of the possible locations of like these, it includes two I would like permission for. So one is the bike trail near my house, and the other is actually the swamp trail out here, because I worked on that as a Cub Scout, and it would be nice to see a garden there.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
It sounds like a worthwhile project.
Could you give just a little background on what your plan, how your plan is going to work?
So basically, they're gonna be like 5 by 5 foot gardens with a bunch of friendly plants. We're gonna be paying for them ourselves,
Okay.
of course. And then basically, I'm shooting for like late May to get them planted and get a team out there.
Okay, sounds good.
Isn't open. I don't think they're gonna let him go back there because it's not complete. I don't think.
Okay.
I was hoping that like the entrance of it, not like way back.
Okay.
Like right off the basketball court.
Yeah.
Would you have to like rototill an area, or how do you plan on planting, like in containers or a raised bed?
Basically, I'll probably just like till it and like put mulch and stuff, and then some like garden beds, then put the plants inside.
Anyone you can check at town hall if you can do that at the entrance or. On the rail trail, you'll do the same thing with the fencing and stuff, or
Yeah.
just probably just try to make it as blended in as much as possible rather than something formal looking so it stands out, only because we tend to have vandalism here and there and hate to see you do something nice, and if it's like a picket fence, that kind of thing, and have it damaged.
Yeah, that won't be fun.
Yeah, if
No.
if it's
Not for your hard
something
work.
that kind of blends in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a spot in the rail trail picked out yet?
I was hoping it was be near like my house, like there's like a bench.
Okay.
I was thinking like one right next to it.
Okay.
And you're on what street? Judy Lane, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so, yeah,
It's
that's,
on the Miller Road area.
yeah, that would,
It's like near Berkshire.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And then what about maintaining it when you're done?
So I'm hoping to send some scouts out, because if they have like community service hours, it helps with their rinks. So I'm hoping to assign a few kids to like water them for like a month or two.
And you're gonna hopefully attract the butterflies, or you're gonna bring some in and hope they do their thing?
Oh, probably both if I can.
Okay. Good.
yeah, I think it's a worthwhile project.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
have no problem with it. No, absolutely.
Just probably make sure that's not, overgrown and weeds and stuff, because sometimes if you depend on other people, it doesn't always get done. So would you like monitor that, make sure they're doing it, because you wouldn't want just a bed of the weeds with a pretty plant, you know?
Yeah, of course I can do the one at my own house since that's like
You'll be
5 feet
able to
away.
tend to that one.
But
Yeah.
maybe for other ones, I could just go out like every month and
Mhm.
make
Yeah.
sure they.
It's looking
Explode.
pretty, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Kind of want to look eye appealing too. If you're gonna have a fence around it and stuff.
The approvals he has are one at the Legion, and the third one is a location on Rising Corner was on a conservation trail.
Okay.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, on the rail trail, maybe if you could, when you pick the spot you're looking, if you could just put a stake down there and send us an email or call,
Yeah.
just to let us know, and I'll just go down, but I don't see any trouble with anything, but
Just to kind of
just
prove the
to
spot.
kind of take a look at it before you get going. I mean, I'm not gonna turn you down, but just so you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, they're seeking the permissions and the location, but
Right.
the location would need to be determined and receiving permission, step one. And all Zachary needs actually to move forward, he has paperwork that he has to present to the Eagle Scout Project Committee. We actually went there once, and he wasn't turned down, he was turned away to gather a little bit more detail.
Mm-hmm.
And he just needs the beneficiaries, just basically contact information, which we have, a beneficiary at the Legion, and we have a beneficiary for the Conservation Trail, and we're just looking for a third one, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
Motion, please.
Sure.
Just at the 2 boxes that say this one and then this one.
and he's choosing a location close to our home, and we're right on the dead end cul-de-sac, we're right on that trail.
Okay,
That does make, watering and maintenance,
A
sure.
little bit easier.
yeah.
Yeah.
You need two, you said?
Yes, so the project beneficiary and the representative.
Just one person. The beneficiary, I think, has to be the
Park and Rec, yeah.
Sure. I mean, I'll make a motion on the rail trail because we know it can be done there. We have
Yes,
to get more detail from the town on the entrance.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Certainly on the rail trail, I'm all for that.
okay.
Speaking of the Swan Trail, do you guys know any information about maybe finishing that project? Do you know where it stands?
I don't know.
It's so close, again, as Cal said,
John Westcott.
Yeah, the DEP was involved in that as the last I knew.
it's come quite a
Yeah.
long way over the past 20 years.
Yeah.
I know, it's a nice area too.
there, oops, sorry. Is there a motion to, second to,
I'll second
okay? All in favor of approving the motion to, allow the, butterfly gardens to, be approved with the caveat of the second area location, all in favor, say aye.
it. Hi, David.
Aye?
You have to do it by roll call. Because John's on.
Okay. I approve the motion. Mike Shield,
I second.
thank you. Dave DeLoria.
Agree or yes?
John Wally, how do you vote?
I don't know. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I'll vote aye. Between your muzzles and the microphone, I can't really tell what's going on.
I don't
It's
know.
all muffled. I know it's about butterflies.
Two spots on the trail.
Yeah, maybe you could put one closer by your house, even though I know it's easy for a location for you, but maybe put another one down at the other end of the bike trail. That way you have your 2 spots if they're required, and you can just kind of bike.
Yeah, the number of
down.
locations are.
Do not
they're not
require.
overly
Okay.
required.
It's just where you wanted them, because he worked on it as a Cub Scout.
Okay.
We can find out. I don't know who to find out that from, but we can figure it out.
But when we do choose locations, I assume you're Kara?
No, this is Kara.
I
Yeah.
saw
Yes.
on phones.
Yes.
I'll
Yeah.
we'll just contact you when the
Yeah,
locations are.
absolutely.
Yeah, and we'd like to see the finished project or pictures or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's right at the dead of winter right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a great idea.
Now, but we're looking forward to spring.
It's a great
Warming up
idea.
this week. That's right.
That's right.
Good luck with it.
Thanks.
Maybe good luck on the Eagle Scout as well.
Yes.
Yeah, the project and one nerve as are his final requirements.
That's
job.
great. Good luck.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Congratulations.
Hard work.
Do we have anyone else for public comment? Anyone on, take care,
Good night.
guys. Anyone on, Zoom for public comment? Okay. Moving on to approving do we have any bills to approve? Okay.
That's good.
Yeah, don't get too excited.
Yeah, they're coming.
Trees are falling.
Does, the minutes, we had them going around. Does everybody approve
Yep.
the minutes as they were recorded? Okay.
I already figured it out.
Okay.
We're good.
All right, and then moving on to Wally Park. And the first topic of order will be the AED installation.
I think that was more of the town's approval for the.
Yep, so the town approved paying the $800 for the installation. So that will be done whenever Woodard Electric can get out there. Literally the approval came and then we get that big Friday snowstorm. So it'll be done soon, but it will definitely be done by the time we have the event. But we're talking about that after, so.
Yeah.
That was good news that they did accept that request for payment.
Very nice.
So that will be taken care of. The PO is already in.
Okay, moving on to next topic would be fertilizer quotes.
So because this position has changed a little bit and now there's David Sutton who couldn't be here at the meeting tonight. The quote came in from Heritage, which you guys have, and then he wanted to get another one from another landscaper, and that one came in. The process is a little murky for us. Like, I don't know if you guys decide who to go with based on the cost, or if David decides that. So we wanted to just put it on the agenda so it didn't wait another month before people were notified. So we printed out both quotes. They're not necessarily apples to apples. Kara and I did speak to Walter today, who I believe is on the call, because it is a public meeting and fertilizer was on the agenda. Huh?
You want to let them?
Yeah, so I just trying to figure out the process still, so.
Well, we,
I don't know how you want to handle it.
as a board, we would have to vote, first of all, and we would have to review it. So we can do what we have now. We could have Mr. McSweeney speak. We can review these, and then we have the third one. We'll have the third one. Is definite, the third quote.
That, I don't think David reached out to anybody else.
Oh, okay. I thought I misunderstood you. So we have two quotes.
Yeah, there's two, yeah.
Yeah, listen to him, we can discuss the quotes after.
Yeah.
Walter, would you like to speak at all?
Well, I'm just this is the first time I've done this virtual, but I just was just curious about if there was going to be questions asked about the quote. That's all. Just this year I did have to do an increase. You know, the quote that was the other one that was quoted, I just wanted to make sure everybody understands what each application is all about. From what I understand, one of the applications, the second one, doesn't have a surface insecticide, which is pretty important. And also, the quote came in with a lime treatment that was in there, and I just want to make sure that, you know, that lime treatment is a lime treatment. They do have fertilizer that is impregnated with the fertilizer, and it's kind of like half fertilizer, half lime. So it's really not a true lime application. I don't even off that. It's just a way to kind of get people to, take the service, because they can actually say it's a separate treatment, it's a lime application, and it kind of looks good on paper, but it really, as far as, what it does, it's really, everything's half rate. So it just doesn't work the way it should. And I just want to make sure that, when it is time to review it, just to keep those things in mind, because I did have to go up, and it was just something that was necessary. I mean, the fertilizer has just been going up like crazy. So that's the only reason I'm on tonight, just to make sure, when they do sit down, just, do it by applications, and, know that one of the treatments doesn't have a surface insecticide, and just ask that, as far as the lime goes, make sure it's separate, because if it's, together with the, the fall treatment, it's really not a good application. It's more of a way to get you to take the program type of thing. So that's pretty much all I really had to say. I don't know if anybody has any questions.
I did ask David to ask the other, I mean, it's a public meeting, so the other company is obviously going to be public. So I did ask him to ask them about that insecticide that you asked about, and he did not get back to me on that. I think he left a message.
All right, like I said,
For the owner of the company. So, I mean, this all kind of, we just received that quote yesterday
So
afternoon.
basically, you're not comparing the exact same quote, the apples to apples. He's missing one treatment. We don't know how much that is, which could bring the price to the same as what Heritage.
Who is the other company?
Tynick. Did you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
On your quote, you're basically, everything you've got listed here is what you've been doing the last couple of years for us?
For the last 10 plus years. My quote, that's what I've been doing, right along. So nothing's really changed about the program. It's just the cost of doing it has increased, tremendously. So it was something that I was forced to do. I mean, it's like everything else. It's just the economy is just making it hard, to do a good program and not cut corners. And that's what we believe in doing. So it's going to cost more to do it like that. So there's ways to cut corners. I mean, you can get less expensive products, leave out, certain things to make the price, less. I just don't want to change that, and that's just the way I want to run the business. That's all.
Well, the park has looked great the last 7-10 years that you've been doing it. We have not had any problems with you whatsoever. So it definitely is quality work.
Right. And you had found that the surface insecticide needed to be done because you weren't doing it initially. But it's something that you had added in the last 5 or 6 years.
That was always in there, but I'm saying the other.
Okay. I thought it was something you realized you needed, and then so it's important to have it in there, is what I'm saying.
That's what I wanted to try to make sure everybody understands. That is with, I've been doing that right along, but the quote that you recently got doesn't have that surface insecticide in there. The second treatment of the season is just the fertilizer and broadleaf weed control, which, I mean, if you don't put that down, you can definitely run into problems with chinch bugs. I mean, that's a pretty big property to not put that barrier down. It's very beneficial. I do that with all my commercial accounts. And I've been doing that since we started business 25 years ago. So that's just the way I cut corners. I mean, that's, just putting down straight fertilizer, weed control at that time of the year. And you're just playing Russian roulette. I mean, you could get by without it for a season, but the next year, if you don't, if you're not doing it regularly, you can, definitely build up a population of chinch bugs. So, that's something that, either should be, making sure they're, what they're going to do as far as if there is a problem with chinch bugs, are they going to fix the damage? Are they going to spot treat it? So that's something that, just got to be, known before you decide. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there any way I can see those two quotes?
So the
I can send them to you on your text. Is that okay?
Yeah, that'd be great.
So I think Heritage Lawn you did send to everybody, didn't you? That was in an email a while ago, and we just
Well, yeah,
received.
what I usually would do is I would do, because of the amount of, the treatments, I would do an individual one for each application. So I used to have to do 5 altogether. So, and I guess it was just because of the cap as far as putting it out the bid. Anything over 10,000 or something was, it'll have to go out the bid. So I always used to separate it for you guys.
And Walter, did David get a hold of you today?
Yeah, actually he did. He called me like around 4 o'clock. And, he said he tried calling me. He was calling my shop number, which was, I usually just use that for outgoing calls. So he called me on my cell. He told me that, he had reached out because he needed, another bid because of, the cost of it. And, like I said, I had just assumed that, the reason why I was doing it with the 5 quotes was because of that. But, and then, I guess you guys don't have a what do you call it, till the fiscal year is March 19th or something. He wouldn't know what the budget was. So, he said I basically would have to, hold out until then, and I told him, I said, I've got to know, at some point, because, I have to, have the product in the warehouse. I mean, it's a big property, and the way things are going with material goes, it's in short supply. So it's something that if I put an order in and it's, comes down to, not having enough material because I didn't put in for, the job, I don't think it's going to be available. That's how tight things are this year. So it just comes down to just planning. I mean, I got to know if I'm going to, have the work, and then when I make the order, I have the material. So it's just, it's kind of unusual, circumstances, but that's just the way things are going these
Yeah,
days.
like with everything shipping out, I think we should.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I've never really had to worry about, getting the material, but what it is there's not enough people to make it. There's not enough material to make it. And, just everything. It just, it's unbelievable. But that's all I really want to get on, just to make sure everybody realizes, what's going on. I just, that's why I just came on, I just, punched it up on my phone and said, well, I might as well just see, if anybody had any questions or
Yes, thank you.
whatever.
So, Walter, as a committee, we're just going to discuss this tonight, and then we can get back to you. I can have Kara get back to you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Like I said, I mean, I just want to just make sure everybody understands, if you are planning to put it out to bid, what you're getting for your money, as far as the applications go. because
Sure.
I deal with this a lot, a lot of, other, properties I do, they get quotes and, if you don't explain it properly, they don't know. I mean, if you just look at the bottom number and go with that, then you really can't. You gotta really do it application by application, see what you're getting for your money. So that's what it comes down to.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate you
Yeah,
coming
sure.
on.
No.
tonight.
Yeah, no, that's all I really wanted to say. And, whenever, if there's any other questions or anything, just, make sure you give me a holler and, I'll definitely get back with you guys and, hopefully, you'll come to the decision and, we'll still be doing work for you guys this year.
We will soon, so we won't keep you waiting. Thank you.
No, okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Is it all right if I leave now or? anybody have any
Sure.
questions?
You don't want to stay?
No, I'm just, I just wanted to say what I wanted to say, and I don't know if anybody has any follow-up questions or anything. Anybody have any questions?
No, I think we're good. You explained it. Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Thanks,
So
thank you.
I'm gonna, I guess, log off and,
Okay, thanks, well,
what's that?
we'll be in touch soon.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Bye now.
So when he did call today, he did ask specific questions about what was in the other quote, because it sounded like he really cared about Wally Park and wanted to make sure that the treatments were in the quote. So that's why he knew some details. Karen and I had him on speaker, and I mean, again, we didn't tell him who the other person was, because we wanted to share it with you guys tonight. But he did ask specific questions and we were able to read, what was here as opposed to that. So I just wanted to give you some background as to why he knew some of the details that he did. It was because he specifically asked, to have on my little pink sheet here, things that he wanted to make sure were in here. So,
That's good he's doing that.
yeah,
Mike was over here doing some math, and I think what he comes up with is pretty much the same as what Tynick is, so.
A couple $100 more. That's fine. And he's, looks like he's adding more than what Tiny quoted, so.
so Tynick did add that 6th treatment of lime, so which is what I don't know the answer to. I just want to be clear about what the difference is. Because when I originally looked at it too, I thought it was only a couple $100 difference. Then there is that 6th treatment of lime, which asked, is it this or that? And we did not know the answer to that. Which I did, again, put in an email to David this afternoon after we received, once I looked at it, because it's a foreign language sort of to me and Kara when we're looking at it. So,
But then he was talking about something on his second application.
yeah,
The
the surface
stuff.
insecticide,
Yeah, I see that.
which he said was very important, which is not in here. So that was, again, another specific question that I had asked David Sutton to find out the answer to. So ultimately, I mean, again, with the whole changing of what happens, I think it's your recommendation. I put the number I had when we did the budget was Heritage Lawn's number. So that's the number that you see in there in the budget, which we haven't gotten to yet, but I think it's fair to kind of point to it. That we asked for an increase because based on last year's number, that $10,000 was about 62.7% of the cost. So I increased it by that. So that's why the number is, what did I put,
13,640.
Right, and then the rest would come out of the revolving account. So I also explained to David Sutton, he's new. Municipal financing is its own animal, as you guys know. So I tried to explain to him that, yes, that line item is a line item of his, but then the rest of the money comes out of something you guys would need to approve. So I think ultimately the decision would come down to you guys,
Yeah.
right? I mean, am I wrong? I don't
Yeah,
want to
that's how
misspeak. I don't want
Yeah,
to
you're right.
assume that I know the
Right.
answer
The
because I
committee
don't.
Makes the decision,
Yeah.
on what we want to do, and Dave works with it, so he can give us a recommendation, but,
Yes.
that's why we're the committee, so.
Right.
You speak up, Michael.
Thought on it.
I was saying, in my opinion, the committee will make the decision, on which way we go. We'll take David's recommendation and input as far as that goes.
Mhm.
I would go with Heritage.
Mhm.
They've been doing a great job.
That's how I'm feeling at this point.
Yep.
Well, then, if it feels like we all are, so maybe we should just wrap it up.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
anyone want to entertain a motion for that?
I would like to make a motion to go with Heritage Lawn Care.
Okay,
John?
I'll second that.
okay. We'll take a vote for Heritage Lawn Care as our company we will use for lawn care.
Can I make one more comment?
Yes.
So my only other comment is because David is new, I think this is a great plan. Because when you come in and you want to, I mean, it's great, he's trying to save money, but I think maybe after a year, we could maybe relook at it again based on cost and apples to apples. But I feel like changing everything right away would
Mhm.
not be beneficial for Kowali Park. I just want to say that on the record.
Right,
Okay, so we had a motion,
yes.
Mike
John
Shield,
seconded.
John Wally seconded. Do you
Yeah.
have to do the roll call?
Yeah, we'll just do a roll call vote. Myself, I vote in favor of Heritage Lawn. Mike Sheila,
I vote in favor as well.
okay.
David in favor?
Great. John, Lally, how do you vote?
Heritage.
Okay, unanimous decision. We will go with Heritage Lawn Care. Or
So do you want us to
Well,
reach out to Volt tomorrow? or-
sure. Yes, you can.
Yeah, I think we should as soon as we can.
Yeah.
My feeling is with everything, I know Dave Sutton seems hardworking and
Mhm.
Absolutely, yep.
wants to do everything,
Mhm.
but I think as far as the budget goes, we're still on the hook for everything.
Right.
If we, no matter what he does, whatever he does, it's still coming out of our budget and we're responsible for
Yeah.
it. So my feeling is, at least for this budget coming up,
Mhm.
we do what we have to do and he works within that. And it's a new position with the town, and if they decide they want to do something with him and have him take more control over it the following year,
Then so be it, right?
that's fine. But I think this year we're on the hook for everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you also have two things with this, is one is the math, doing the math, you might have a difference, but to pick somebody over a smaller savings account or, savings at this point in time, with someone we know that's been doing it is probably not not really advisable. And we did increase the cost of, that we're asking in our budget.
Mhm.
So, that helps too.
Yeah.
And, it's a $3,000, almost $4,000 increase that we asked for. So that's probably gonna help too, so.
And we have never had a problem with Heritage, ever.
Right,
He's been fantastic. I've had to reach out to him multiple times with my education on grass seed and all that. And
He gave us one today as well.
Yeah, he helped me a lot through that whole
Everybody's
process.
not like that.
Yeah.
No, I looked to him for a lot of grass problems.
It showed up
can
at the
see.
meeting too.
yeah, and he did,
Yeah.
and that was,
Yep.
goes to show you some things.
Great.
All right, so moving on. Rail trail, do we have any rail trail
No,
Any new stuff? Just the
stuff?
well, I
typical
don't think
trees
anybody's been
falling
out
and-
there to check trees because it's all nice stuff right there.
I haven't gotten any calls.
We were there for the trash today, Kara. Come on, we helped Carrie with the trash today.
What did you do with the trash?
We just took the trash off the rail trail today.
Where'd you throw it?
He brings it to the
We were
town.
out doing something else.
Brooks always brought it to the Riding Hood or Reds, whatever it is now, and use their dumpsters.
I don't know.
But
Harry
I-
just brings it back here. He's coming back here anyway.
We were just out with him
I
at the
was gonna
beach,
ask
so.
In case Brooks starts again, if he can throw it in their dumpsters, I'm
Absolutely.
sure they'll be fine.
They would be fine with that. Absolutely. Here?
No, down at,
Oh, because
The
they'd be
Oh, it's a
fine
new
with it
owner,
here,
I
too.
think now.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
it's a new owner now.
Okay. But I have not gotten any calls about the rail trail, any trees or anything.
Good.
And I think
Which is good.
snowmobiles and stuff were out there. Per George, he lives on the rail trail.
Yeah.
Our
Mhm.
95-year-old senior
Yeah,
citizen
you can
buddy.
definitely see the tracks all over.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't
so-
think we're gonna.
We haven't gotten any complaints.
Okay. All right, so we will swiftly move on to the town beach. And the topic of beach sand.
Yeah, that was good news.
So I know Kara's been trying for a while to get some quotes from Tynek for the beach sand, and Carl got involved, like, again, when this whole like switch happened. Carl Steinhardt had gotten involved and sent an email, and then Tynek agreed to donate. No, Crestview is going to donate the sand for the beach that is needed. Tynek is going to donate their labor to spread it, and grade it and do everything they need to do. And Levesque is going to donate the
Permits and process.
price and the time of getting the permits and everything, and the notification that needs to go to the state that it's happening for free. So basically, all of that is being generously donated, which is amazing and welcomed. So,
That's very
Amazing.
and
nice.
that will be done,
It's
again,
amazing.
it's winter time, so
Mhm.
none of that will be done until spring, but Tynek is doing it as a community project, which I thought was really nice of them to
Great.
do.
I forget, I know there was an email. Who was
Yeah.
doing the sand?
Crestview.
Crestview.
Great.
But it's, I guess it's Tynek's community project, so they are the ones that kind of coordinated all the donations and will volunteer to get that done, because apparently the beach needs more sand.
Yes,
So
the kids can't dig.
we must have a beach with sand.
That's
It's very
that would
important.
help.
A
Yeah.
beach with sand is very important.
Great.
The beach manager has been asking for a beach sand for years, so
Yes.
she will be very happy to see the kids playing
Good.
blissfully in the sand.
Yeah,
Very
yep.
Very nice.
Yep. So the other thing that Kara and I did with the beach, today we did a little field trip out there to look at signs, to maybe update some of the signs, make them, freshen them up a little bit. So
They're super old.
they're very old, they're faded, just to get some new signage. And kind of along with our brochure that we want to do, which is down under various programs, is kind of just spruce up the beach a little bit, refresh the signs, put some new signs near the bathroom. And then there's these black, did you know about that?
Yeah,
The black signs that you had to put up to block the lights from the lake.
from the people on the other side. like
And the
they're
people on the
complaining
other
about
side.
the Lights flash. them.
So they're just these black pieces of metal
Metal.
now. So if we can make a nice sign that says Snack Shack instead of just having this
Mhm.
black piece of
Mhm.
tin hanging from the
Yeah.
rafters.
Again, giving credit to Park and Rec, like Park and Rec Snack Shack or
Yeah.
Park and Rec, because a lot of people don't know Park and Rec runs it type thing. So
Right.
adding that to it.
Probably add a phone number or something with it, or not,
The-
in case there's problems.
We could do that.
The phone number is
Yeah,
listed.
they can find us.
Yeah. Yeah. They know where, they somehow can figure out who to call.
But
So
there is a phone number at
that's a
the
good
gate.
idea.
Okay.
Actually, on the website, the phone number is,
Yeah.
ends up going to
Somebody's
the town.
car
meeting.
is, alarm is going off. I don't know if any of you.
I heard it. It's
Flip
not-
phone?
It just stopped. Okay.
Are we
I don't
looking
even
at
know how you heard
keeping
that.
prices the same for the beach?
Yeah, we raised them last year.
Okay, it was last year, I
Yeah.
can't remember.
And then making a more kind of permanent sign for that to leave over there by the gate entrance instead of having people have to move it.
Sure,
Just sprucing it up a bit.
yeah, I think that's a good idea.
And we have the funds to use, so. it's
And
not-
is there anything where we could have a community day where we could ask for volunteers to help out with it, or is that, I mean, that's something down the road? Although that kind of sneaks up on you every year, but, I don't know, I mean,
So right.
to not have just a few people do it, maybe we could advertise a community day or something.
We could talk about that.
for some kind of volunteers.
There's
Just
a-
something down the road if we want
Yeah.
to look at it.
And we will also be getting another AED that will be donated, so we'll have to have some kind of event there, so that would be a good
Maybe that would
time
be a good, yeah.
to maybe couple it together.
Sure.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
It was beautiful there.
It
The
was, I
water
took
was
some
frozen
pictures.
and there was still snow on the all over the beach sand. It was beautiful.
nice.
It's on
Yeah.
our new Facebook page. I
Alrighty.
posted the pictures, yeah. today.
I went by over the weekend and it looked like the
Beautiful.
waves at the end, it broke.
When did you
There was
do
like
that?
icebergs sticking up all over.
Really? I
Yeah,
didn't see
they
that.
probably melted a little bit
That's
this week
cool.
though.
There's tons of people ice fishing too. Not on that, not in front of there, on the other
Mhm.
side. Yeah, it was beautiful out there. I've never been there.
All right.
You guys had some fun today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun.
Okay, so that's good. We can move on to our Easter egg hunt.
Do you want to talk about that or you want me to?
You can.
Oh,
Kara's used to me talking. So the Easter egg hunt is April 9th. And we decided to couple that with the Aed Installation presentation. I spoke to the fire department. They are all set with, so we'll get everybody there. We can decide, did we decide 11 o'clock was the time?
I think we were going back and forth. I mean, I wouldn't do it any earlier, I don't think, because it
Yeah,
might be a little warmer.
It might be, yeah,
Are you guys okay with 11?
yeah, because of, at least it'll be, yeah.
a little
Because
warmer.
it's so, the day, the weather is so iffy that around that time. It's
Yeah,
usually
it
super
is.
Cold, right?
Yeah, or you wake up and you're like, it's beautiful, and you get there and the wind's whipping across
Yeah.
the fields and you're like, oh my God, I'm getting cold.
Exactly.
See, I
So,
wasn't exaggerating.
yeah, I know. I believed you. I've been to
Stuff
many
flying
baseball games in
everywhere.
April.
I know,
Yeah.
but she's like, we'll do this and this and this. And I'm like, we're gonna be freezing.
I know.
Yeah, stuff's flying
I know.
everywhere. And, yeah,
So the fire department will, so the kids will do their Easter egg hunt, and before we kind of release them to start, we can say that there will be an AED presentation after with hands only CPR, and AED training, which would be about a half an hour, 45 minutes. And also they're going to do like a Heimlich maneuver presentation, because there's a lot of people who just don't know the basics of that with some of the dummies that they have. And the fire department is doing that for free. So there'll be no cost. That fulfills the grant requirement.
that's good.
And we would be educating, we'd kind of have an audience to do that instead of just advertising it and hoping people show up. There will be people there, and I think there'll be parents there who would be interested in doing that. We thought about doing it before we released the kids, and then we're like, we'll let people
Yeah.
voluntarily come to the presentation, and the fire department is going to do it for free. There's no certificates that you get. It's just more basic knowledge can save a life. So just hands only CPR, and that will be done that day. And hopefully it'll be a nice warm day in April.
yes.
And it will be installed by then.
Sounds good.
For that.
All right, so moving on to new business. The dreaded budget hearing.
So the budget hearing, our budget hearing is scheduled for March 5th. At 10:40, because I think mine, the COA one is right before that. This is the budget that I presented, and on the last page, you can see where I made a list of, remember we talked about moving things so that they were actual costs. So that was the last page. So what I moved from line item to what line item, the amount that was transferred, and then what the end result would be. That's just an explanation really for you guys and for FinCom. And then you'll see in the middle column is the level funded. And then the right-hand column is what we're requesting. So I know that we printed it out in black and white and not in color, so, but I think it's fine. So we did ask for increases in certain areas. Things that we talked about, and like I talked about before with the fertilizer, that's where I kind of came up with that number was based on the $10,000 that was allocated last year and what the cost of the Heritage quote was, because that's what we had at the time. So you can see by the bottom line that, I need to put my glasses on. Can't see without them.
That's why I have the
Yep.
magnifier on my phone.
Uh-huh. So it is we are asking for around a $6,000 increase in the bottom line of the budget, just in different line items. So Rails for Trails, would end up with $2,000 more, which is really $3,000 more because we already moved money into there. So if you look at the middle column includes all of the move arounds that I did. So if they don't give us the increases and increased level funded, it's still, we did still move some of the money so if that's confusing to people, that's why. So it's a 62%. I did write that down. I didn't think I did, but I did. It's right here. So town budget was 62% of the cost for fertilizer. So that's why the 3640 is a 62% increase, and the rest would be paid from,
Our budget.
yep, from the revolving account.
And that's the money we collect from parking and teams. So the remainder always comes from our revolving account.
Right. So at the meeting too, I wanted to talk about what we have spent our revolving money on, because I think when you look at the number, it doesn't look like it really ever changes, but it does. Well, fiscally, it does change. So I have a printout of what, like the electric bills of what we've actually spent out of that account. So it doesn't look like the money is just sitting there, because it's not. We are spending it, and electricity is very
That's kind
expensive.
of how
We're on
it's
treatments,
presented
too.
almost every time when we go to speak, is that it's just sitting there.
Well, nope, I'm gonna try to buffer that.
Oh, yeah,
If that's
absolutely. Thank
okay.
you. Yeah,
I would like
no.
to talk about that first
Yeah.
before any
The floor is all
questions.
yours.
Just so that they can, and I'll have the numbers and the figures so that they can see in real time that this is what we actually spend out of that account. And it will also show the latest expenses that you approved at the last meeting, that we are doing improvements ourselves for Wally Park in different areas. So I think that information might be helpful. I'm not, it's not a magic
Hopefully it
wand. I'm
is.
very well aware of that, but it's helpful, because those electricity bills are shocking.
Yeah.
Like how the whole, Kara explained the process to me, and I'm floored.
The lights.
Yeah. I live in Westfield, so I'm used to Westfield Gas and Electric. I'm not used to demand fees.
It's the worst.
So,
I heard through the grapevine that there are some programs through Eversource where they will come and do things like at I know we're not on Wally Park anymore, but you just brought up something, but where they will do things with, say, changing out all the light bulbs in our lights for like
To
more
the
energy.
LED?
Yeah. And from what I heard, I have someone's name, but it just happened to pop up, so I just
They
better
are
throw it
LED.
out there.
I think they are.
They are LED?
John, aren't the lights at Wally Park LED? The soccer field lights and the baseball?
No, the only ones that are LED are the street lights.
Okay. So,
At the time when we purchased them, for the amount of time we used them, it would have never paid for the extra cost of LEDs, so we put in the regular ones.
Okay.
okay. So you think they might come out and do that
yeah,
as a
I was
cost
made
saving?
aware, I have to research it because it just got brought up to me like last week. I was made aware of like a program through Eversource where they will come out and almost kind of like they do it to your house
Yeah, like an
when they do
energy
the
audit.
energy audit thing.
Okay,
And you make an agreement to allow them to advertise that they were at Wally Park or something like that. Some kind of caveat for it. But I was given this guy's name and I was going to reach out to him. I just have to go through my notes and look for his name, but there was something with that, and they said that Eversource does offer a lot of other programs, but they're not really discussed. Although I know that Eversource came and spoke to us, and they were pretty blunt in telling us that
Couldn't do anything with the
there was,
demand.
yeah, that there wasn't
Churches get
anything they
demand
could do.
fees too. Too bad.
But
seniors get demand fees,
Yeah.
which is unbelievable.
mhm, yeah,
Seeing them,
even
it's
not for
shocking.
profits.
Yeah,
Ridiculous. So if I can I'll look into that
sure.
and see if that's something that we can do just for future kind of thing.
The
I got
lighting
off
at the
topic,
beach
but-
expensive?
No.
No?
Okay.
Those LED lights?
I don't know what they are, but I think because they don't pull as much energy as the soccer lights that, I mean, I think it's like
They
100,
don't have to be as bright.
100 something a month
Okay.
during beach season.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay.
It's those ball field lights. Because even
Yeah.
when we just use the parking lot lights, we don't get $1,000 fee. So it's
Mm-hmm.
massive lights.
Yeah.
One.
So then, the capital item would be the mulch, asking for the playground mulch, which is $3,000. So, I mean, that's a safety issue, so we have to have that. We'll see what they say about that. We talked about the tractor being a CPC item, so, I mean, I think we can work with David, even though it's a tractor, we'll try to figure out how we can present that at another time. And then the only other thing was, I think I put it in the 5-year plan. Is it all the pages here? I have to print out each page. I thought I saw the, so there was a under the 5-year plan, which I don't see here. It must be,
I got a 5-year plan.
but I had something written in here and it's not,
The Wi-Fi,
yeah, is that on there?
got it on mine.
I
Looks like
don't.
it's the second to last page on this.
Oh, there it is, yep. 5-year projection.
Second to last page.
Here, take this.
Oh,
Oh, there
I
it
found
is.
it.
It's very small. I didn't see it
Sure
either.
is, yeah.
Is what I've talked to Doug Moglen about is getting internet or Wi-Fi out at Wally Park.
Mhm.
Maybe in 2023 with the next ARPA funds. So he's looking into some of that. I had a lengthy conversation with him with a lot of things I didn't really understand when it came to technology and computers, which Doug does understand. And you guys probably understand better than me. But I think getting internet and Wi-Fi out at Wally is important. And if we can do it with federal funds that are coming to the town, then that's even better. So that's something they will say, okay, that's later on.
Right, but at least it's there.
Yep.
So that they can't say it wasn't. We weren't springing it on. them,
Right,
so.
yeah. And that's, are there any questions, anything?
Seems pretty straightforward.
Oh, just one.
Yep.
What happened with, wait, let me, I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth. The town beach winterizing. So you threw, what did you do? You threw the 800 into the whole total instead of,
Yeah, so when we met with David and Hillary from maintenance,
yeah,
they just wanted to put it, instead of having its own light item, just throw it under the maintenance, and they
Okay.
know they need to take care of that.
gotcha.
The beach and Wally Park in
Mhm.
their respective
Okay,
line items. It just cleans up the budget a little bit and makes it easier to kind of manage. When you have line items, people have a hard time understanding it.
So Carrie for maintenance does the winterization now, and it costs him like $20 before he started,
Yeah.
and it was $1,200. So that's why they're reallocating the
Yeah.
money,
okay,
because it was
Mhm.
just sitting there.
yep,
'Cause
okay,
he saved us.
Right.
which is
grand.
good.
Yeah, so we took some of it, I think, and put in beach expenses, and then the other part went into maintenance.
Okay. And are we gonna have, a lot of our trees expense stuff at least available, so if we're asked questions,
Yeah,
you're gonna say it's gonna cost 1,200 for this tree and
Yeah,
3,000 for this set of trees?
yeah, I don't
or
have it for the things that are gonna be taken down.
Right.
There's some we don't have to have right away, but
Mm.
it'd be good to
Okay.
have. I think that's the 2,000 is put in with
Mhm.
the other rail trail stuff.
Yep, so it's actually, so the budget for this year was 5460. So if they give us our request, it would be 8460.
Yep.
And then even if they don't, it's still another additional 1,000.
Gotcha.
And then,
See it.
and the informational materials is just, we've just put that into various programs because various programs is a very vague line item. So instead of having just $100 sitting there, it just cleans it up a little bit.
But that could be used for your flyers, correct? Town
Yes,
beach flyers?
absolutely. Yep. Yep.
All right. So we have that meeting scheduled at 10:40.
Yep.
Okay. I'll go.
Okay.
I'll be there.
You're
I'm out of
usually
town.
excused.
I park cars.
Yeah, exactly. That makes up for it.
And then some.
Where's Coach Rick? Is he still involved in this?
No response.
Do you have a number for him?
Yeah, that's,
I'll give him a call. Or I might even, let me see if I have this number.
And so,
What I-
you tell me how you want the budget hearing to go. I'm happy to speak whenever you want me to, or start, or however you guys want me to do
I'm
it.
not pawning anything off on you, but you speaking would be great to
Okay.
explain. I'm there for moral support because I know that it sucks to have to go in front of the board and get lambasted.
Yeah, maybe
And then we can speak on different things or just be there to back you up with whatever,
I'm fine
since
with
you're
that, yeah.
newer at it, but you're good at,
Yeah, if you
Obviously,
explain
you're
what
good
you
at all
did, that
this.
part.
Yeah, I can do that. And I have to do the COA anyway, and
yeah.
I
But the
tell
way you
my team,
explaining
my
the-
board doesn't always come,
Okay.
so it's fine.
No, but I
I'm
think in
happy to do that.
fairness that, you don't want to get stuck sitting there and.
No, I
they're like,
appreciate
"Well,
that.
Why are you? And you're like, huh? Doesn't know how it feels, so. So I think that would be, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yep, okay. I have no
Yeah,
problem with that.
okay.
Okay.
All right, so that's settled. So moving on to grants.
So the 3 grants, do you want me to talk about this? I think she does. The grants? Yeah. So we applied for a magician, the reptile presentation, and the mad scientist. We received all 3 of those grants.
I know, we did not
Ouch.
expect to get them all. That's
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Very
Where
exciting.
did you get the grant?
From the Cultural Council.
Okay.
So the magician was a joint grant with Park and Rec and the Senior Center. So that will be something that we advertise with both departments.
Yeah.
And then the reptile presentation and the mad scientist were strictly Park and Rec grants.
Well,
That's gonna be
So we
great.
did receive them. We thank the Cultural Council very much for that. And so what did we want to do? We wanted to do
We're gonna do
one
one a month, I think.
a month in the
June,
summertime.
July, August.
that's cool.
At the park?
Yeah, we'll do it at Wally Park
That'd
under
be
the
great, right?
pavilion,
Yeah.
Excited about it.
and
Mhm.
maybe offer a drink and a ice cream or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, leftover candy, yeah.
Yeah.
So we were gonna try to kind of make it like a series,
Mhm.
Park and Rec summer series.
Yep.
With a little flyer. Yeah,
Love it.
and we'll be there. We'll do it on a Thursday morning before it gets too hot. So parents can bring their kids
Yep.
to those events. I think that'll be cool.
Sounds good.
And the seniors, did we talk about doing the other one in the auditorium? So the seniors weren't,
There was
or it
one,
wasn't hot.
there was
Was
one.
it the
we-
magician? We were wondering if it needed to be inside.
Yeah.
I guess we need to ask the guy.
Yeah,
If the
see what he
magician
thinks.
needs like magic. I don't know if there's like a sheet or something that they need for
Mhm.
Yeah.
Again, that's out of my wheelhouse, magicians, but we'll, we can ask them. We could always do that in the auditorium if we needed to do that. Yep, inside.
Sounds good.
So one in the end of June, one at the like third week in July, and one in August before the kids went back to school.
Mhm.
And that would really promote the park as well.
Mhm.
And Park and Rec.
Absolutely.
Any questions about that?
Mm-mm.
Anything else, Karen? Am I missing anything?
No.
Very
So we can move on?
Yep.
To various program funds. Programs, funds.
Go ahead. You sure? So Karen and I were talking about how to promote Park and Rec and do more programming, because we're now, so Kara and I, the part of the job that we're supposed to be doing is programming. So we want to do programming. So I think that was just my computer. We thought for February and April vacation, we would buy tickets to Amelia Park Museum and offer them to the community so parents can bring their kids to the museum. Because we do have money in our various programs funds. So we started that process to be able to offer that to 100 families. And they could bring, either a parent and 2 kids or 3 kids. We would start advertising it and have them come in when we're working and pick the tickets up. They have to prove that they live in Southwick.
Mhm.
And we give them the tickets, and I guess the day is February 24th, the Southwick day, but really the tickets don't expire. There's no certain day that they have to go, but the Southwick fun day would be on February 24th, I think.
Yeah.
During February vacation, but they would then be able to use them on April vacation if something came up during February where they could not use them.
Do these are these at a discount cost to the families or free to the families?
Free to the families.
Very excited
And we'll let
about that.
play group know.
Yeah.
I think they will go very fast. And again, it's another way to promote Park and Rec and kind of what we're all about
Yeah.
and what's to come.
Sounds good.
And then the other thing we were talking about is doing a brochure for all of Park and Rec to include Wally Park, the beach, the rail trail, and is there something else?
You were gonna put like,
Just the various programs.
yeah, so that we offer the Easter egg hunt, the kids' parties, the Halloween events,
Yeah.
and playgroup. So
Yeah.
just so people kind of aware of what Park and Rec is doing.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then have a little box in there to make a donation.
Yeah.
You can make a donation to the Wally Park gift account or to the Park and Rec gift account for people who were so inclined to give us a donation. So we have that kind of in the works. That's why we've been asking for pictures the last few days. David sent us some beautiful pictures of the rail trail.
I have some Easter eggs.
Judy, could you send me those?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you guys tonight.
Yeah,
Or
if
Wally
anyone
Park.
has any pictures of anyone playing games, John, do you have any pictures of anyone playing games at Wally Park, like baseball games or a soccer game?
I imagine I do.
If you come across them in the next couple days, do you mind sending them to us?
Not at all. Unfortunately, most of them are back in Southwick.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if you had any on your phone.
I might. I'll check it out.
Okay,
Or Kathy
And-
might.
that'd be awesome. And obviously, we wouldn't have anything published without you guys seeing it, getting approval. We do have Spotlight Graphics kind of working with us to come up with the brochure. And then we'll just start promoting Park and Rec. That's our plan
Sounds good.
and programs that we have going, and also making a banner.
Yeah.
For when we're at events, it can say Park and Rec, Southwick Park and Rec.
Like if we do the trunk or treat. they can
Trunk or
have that on
treat,
the
or at
calendar.
any events, any of the
Yeah,
grants that we have, or
yep,
anything, just so they know like that it's Park and Rec doing this and not
yes.
not, I don't know.
Kara,
who
don't
they-
we already have a banner?
I don't think so. You think we have one?
I think so. I could be wrong,
I have not seen one.
from back in Killer Kelly's days.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, I
well,
just don't know where
I
they
don't know
are.
where that would be. Would that be in the closet somewhere? You would have seen it. You're in there all the time.
yeah, I really don't think we have one. I can look, but we reorganized that closet.
Yeah.
Probably could get Williams Distributing to donate one.
Who's Williams Distributing? Is it in town?
Budweiser.
Sorry.
Yeah, they would do it. They helped us with the signs for the motocross, or, yeah, for the
Yeah.
nationals and stuff.
Does it have to have a Budweiser
No,
emblem on it? It
No.
doesn't?
No,
unless you want one.
No. Well,
Yeah, it probably wouldn't look good.
what we
It does-
want
it
and what we
does not.
should have are two
Yeah.
different things.
No, it doesn't. It does not need
we'll take the Budweiser, not the sign.
Do you want, I don't know who that is. Does someone want to reach
Yeah, I
out to
can reach
them?
out to them, yeah.
Okay.
Michael's good at reaching out.
6x3.
6x3
Not
with
a
grommets.
huge, not a huge one. We want to be able to maneuver with the thing and put it in a
Yeah,
whole
you
bunch of
just
places.
Email me what you want on it.
You already know
Yeah.
your sign size?
Yes.
Without a lot of talk.
We
Wow.
do
Talks a
a,
lot.
we do a lot of
Holy
talking and
cow.
thinking.
She gets me on Monday morning. I'm like,
Well, I think about these things and I'm like, So-
You should get Easter eggs. that say Southwood Park and Rec.
she probably. already
I think
did.
that's a fantastic idea. I'm gonna write that down. We can get stickers.
That would probably never work this year, though. I mean, trying to find them, get somebody.
I was joking. You're serious?
I'm dead serious
Kind
too.
of a neat idea.
That's a
Oh
great
my
idea.
goodness.
George Harvey would love to put
So
stickers
not
on
only do
those
you have to
eggs.
stuff the eggs, you gotta
Yeah,
put stickers
gotta
on
put
them now
stickers on.
too?
Oh, I was
No,
Come on,
buy
Mike,
the
help me
stuffed
out
ones.
here.
If we got somewhere to print
Buy
them.
the
No, we
stuffed
don't
I
need
told her the
stickers
same
this year.
thing. Remember?
What?
From that company.
Buying stuffed ones?
We're
Yeah.
gonna talk
But they
about
all
it.
don't
thought
have
we
to be
didn't like that
candy.
idea
They
because
can
they
have
were-
little toys in them too.
But we like the quality candy.
Excuse me?
That's, we like the
Well,
quality.
we can do
candy,
some this and some
Well,
that.
Not
Go
the
through
cheap
that,
candy.
That company, is it all cheap candy? Is that
Shouldn't have said
company I
we
said?
were out of here, Dave.
You usually, yeah.
All right. Well, hey, you guys are,
We can, I can look.
you guys are having fun with that, so.
That's a great idea, though. I like that idea.
Right,
I think it's
That's,
important for
we're
people
almost
to know.
done.
Okay,
I was looking for pictures, but
Yep. So then so are all those things okay? Are you guys good with us moving forward with
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
that stuff?
yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
And then the other thing, I don't know, we don't have to talk about it a lot tonight, but just doing a fundraiser, like Kara had mentioned that you wanted to do a fundraiser, Jeannie,
For the
to lights, for the lights, light the park fundraiser.
Oh, yeah.
So a very popular fundraiser right now is Pocketbook Bingo. Believe it or not, you can make, I did it in Westfield when I started a foundation and we made $15,000 in one night.
On pocketbooks.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was,
Your wife would probably.
I'm not saying that we can raise $15,000. I'm saying that
Right.
Pocketbook Bingo is very popular. That or a golf tournament. I feel like a golf tournament is a lot
It's a lot
of
of work.
work
It's a
for
lot of
5
work.
people.
Mhm.
Pocketbook Bingo is a little more doable, but it's something that we can think about and maybe talk about in the next couple months and try to do something in the fall. Again, another attempt of trying to raise money to get more interest in the park so we can keep those lights on, because right now we wouldn't be able to keep the lights on all 3 fields because it would cost us way too much money.
Because of the demand fee. If it wasn't
Yeah,
for the
it's the
fee.
demand fee. So if we can somehow wipe the demand fee during doing one fundraiser a year,
Yeah,
then
because-
maybe that will help us get more people to use the park, which is always our
Yeah.
ultimate goal.
Yep.
It's a beautiful park. It
And you
should
can
be used all the
explain
time.
somehow, briefly explain somehow that that's what the actual fundraiser would be for.
Yep.
I think, it would, at least people would be like, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Right.
You know?
But
So-
some of it would be a commitment from this committee to get fundraising and a sponsor
A
to sponsor
location.
the pocketbooks, because usually we'll get a sponsor to sponsor the pocketbooks. It's usually like $1,500 or $2,000. And then you get your money back tenfold. And find a location in town. You want to do it obviously in town. You don't want to do it somewhere else. You
Yeah.
want to do it in town.
How many people can the Southwick Inn hold?
100 upstairs, 100 downstairs.
Okay.
Okay.
You think that would be a good location to have that fundraiser?
Upstairs at the end, sure.
Yeah, I think 100's a good number to start at. That's what we did. And then when I finished the foundation, I did the foundation for 7 years. We were at, I think, 250 women vying for pocketbooks. And the money was just
Are they special pocketbooks?
their
Yeah, they're
designer,
Michael Kors.
they're like Michael
Michael
Kors,
Kors.
Coach,
Kate Spade.
Louis Vuitton.
Kate Spade,
stuff
Kate-
like that.
Kate Spade. So you do try to get a sponsor to give you some money so you purchase the pocketbooks. And then you do a raffle. You ask businesses or people to donate raffle prizes. So I've done it. It is work, but I think if everyone pitches in, it makes it easier.
Okay.
And you don't have to have any fancy bingo. I mean, they used our cage from the COA because I was on it. So I said, I have a cage. And people were just as happy.
They love that cage still.
They love the cage. Yeah.
Nothing like old fashioned bingo.
Perfect.
Yep. So just some ideas of, things to do in the future to
Sounds good.
help us get those lights on and get Wally Park used more.
All right.
I think I emailed you a bunch of pictures one time.
Okay.
I can't
How
find
can you
them.
find a picture?
Dude, I cannot.
Any motions?
You see me
I thought my wife
scrolling?
had a lot of pictures.
Yeah, I'm
Are we
back.
good?
My
I
memory-
think we're good.
My memory's
I'll
fine.
make a motion to wrap it up.
Sure.
Any second?
I will second it.
Okay, so all in favor of adjourning our Park and Rec meeting? Aye. John Wally?
Aye.
Thank
Aye.
you. The meeting is adjourned.